All right. Third time is the charm. Fourth time? Fourth? Probably fourth. All right. So I'm going to have a cup of coffee. We're good. All right. So, recoloring. You're going to need paint.net. This right here. You can just Google that if you don't have it already. It is a free download. It's a pretty straightforward installation. Ignore him for now. We'll come back to him. So, then you're going to want to pick the mod, armor, clothing, whatever that you want to recolor. I'm going to do Merida's outfit because it's pretty straightforward, simple. I'm going to right click. I'm going to open it in Explorer so I can just dig out its files. This is the fastest way I know of to find these things. Technically, you can go digging through your files, through the file Explorer, but I have a lot of mods. I'm not doing that. So textures, armor. I don't touch cube maps. All right, I'm just going to drill down until I find the one I want. I know for a fact that the one I want to mess with is in this folder because I've done this 3 or 4 times now. I'm going to do the white one purely because that's just going to be the easiest one to work over, and I don't use the white version in game very often, so it's not really a huge deal to me to use it. Let's see, let's do that. I'm going to need this particular file right here. Normally you'll see like a D after these for some reason. I believe it's for diffuse map, I think. Don't quote me. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up as I go. Anyway, this is the one you're going to want. So I have found the file I need. I am going to pull paint up all the way. I'm going to reopen my stuff here so it's sitting on top nice and neat. I am going to click and drag. It's going to ask me, do you want to open? Yes, of course. Now I've got it in here. So I've got a couple options here. I can, of course, well, you know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. First thing I'm going to do is open up a new layer. Reason being is you can technically just work on this main layer and do everything on here, but if you make a mistake, like so, oh no, I colored over the lines. I will go back and erase. Oh no, no, because I'm on layer 2 because I'm doing this properly. Oh no, look, I'm erasing my dress. You get the idea. Not fun. I've lost some work that way. By doing this in layers, as you saw a minute ago, I can. Oh no, I have gone over the lines, but look, I can erase it without touching the dress. Hooray! You get the idea. Use layers to your advantage. Also, if you love yourself, go to settings, properties, name your layers. Because otherwise you'll be sitting here going, was it 2 or 3 or 4 that had this thing I wanted? In this case, I'm going to knock back the opacity of this layer because I want it to be a little more on the transparent side to make my life simpler. Now there's a couple options at this point. Depending on what you want to do and how ornate the piece is, you can go in and just start coloring. You can change your brush sizes up here. You'll have a little simpler since we're just doing this big blotchy area right here. You get the idea. I'm doing this with the mouse, so normally this takes me forever and a freaking day. I can technically just come in here and do the entire get colored in layer and just touch up where I left these lousy little lines. That's fine. This will make literally everything on the dress this one color. If I'm like, oh, I don't like that one, I don't want the handkerchief to still be white, I can just come down and take the color off of it. Not the end of the world. You get the idea. This is the part where you get to be creative and mess around your colors. You can change saturation. You can change... I'm not sure how that works, honestly. You can change a few things in here. You can change the actual color itself. Now, one other cool trick I will show real fast, because this is just tedium and going in and changing. And if I wanted to make the handkerchief a different color entirely, I would make yet another layer, rename it hanker. How do you spell that? C-H-I-E-N. Does that look right? You know what? We're going to say it looks right because I don't care, honestly. Let's say I wanted to make it a different blue. I don't know. I've got this. I've got my handy dandy paintbrush, not my eraser. Yep, and I forgot to change the opacity. You can tell, can't you? Let's knock that back a little bit. I don't like that. You can see how that will come out in just that color. That's actually kind of pretty. I need to save that color. I like that. Don't mind me. Okay. Anyway, it's really pretty. Yep, get those corners, otherwise they'll come out funky in the actual game. So, I'm done. I've done my thing. I'm going to go stick my buttons on where I want my buttons. So I just come to this guy. I've already selected it. Told you we'd come back to this. I'm going to copy. Going to pasty paste. I should have done that on a different layer, but for the sake of argument, I'm not going to fight with it. It's just not going to be the right transparency. So you can resize that. Stick it on top of those buttons. And if you need to zoom in, because I'm making this really small, it's Control plus to zoom in and Control minus to zoom out. You get it to the size you want. I should have done this on a different layer because then I would have made these completely opaque because now they're just going to look funky. That's okay. I'm not saving this. This is not my finished product. Anyway, you get the idea. So it was Control D, by the way, to deselect that piece. You can change up buttons. You can stick embroidery on the edge of things if you're careful doing it this way. So on and so forth. Now the fun part, getting it back in your game. First thing you're going to want to do is save this as a save as. You're going to want to keep a PDN file. Reason being is when you go in the game, almost guaranteed, the first time you go in, the colors are not going to look right compared to what you did in here. It's a thing with lighting, EMB, your monitor, who knows? They never look the same. You kind of got to just get a feel for what it's going to look like in your game versus what it's going to look like on the program here. Anyway, save your PDN because that's going to save you a copy with all your different layers in it. You might need that later. It should save in the mod file itself. And that's okay. It's not going to hurt anything because it's not even going to really recognize that it's there. Then I'm going to come back. I'm going to save once again. Save as. But this time, excuse me, I need coffee. Hold on. Oh, there we go. I can talk again. All right. This time, we're going to save it as a DDS file. And we're going to click save. It's going to yell at us because there's already one by that name right there. That's okay. We're going to flatten this, which I believe is just compression. I don't know. I'm not technically a tech person. Anyway, now you can see it's gone to one layer. Now the game can recognize it. Now it will show up like this in game, give or take some shading issues. At that point, just boot her up. Go throw it on your character, see how it looks, see how it plays around with the colors in your game. If you hate it, you can come back. And remember, we saved this version of it. Our paint, double check properties. Yeah, we saved our PDN version of it. So we can just click, drag it up there, change it again, repeat the process as needed. Simple as that. So hope this helps. Hit me up if you need any more help.